Man, Bethesda just can't stop winning, huh? Just one masterpiece after another? Fallout 76, Blades, and now Starfield? You've done it, Todd. You really are the guy of all time.
This is gonna sound weird coming from me. Someone should make a sequel to Skyrim.
In all seriousness though, I am actually addicted to this game, or at least I was, until I canceled my Xbox Game Pass subscription so I could finish this goddamn video.
I'm a bit surprised. My instincts told me you were the right person, but I suppose I was wrong.
If my heart wasn't as fucked up as it is, I would probably be streaming this game non-stop. Now, is that because there isn't anything else out there that provides this kind of spacefaring experience? Yeah, probably. I mean, I've never played No Man's Sky, but that doesn't seem to quite achieve what I'm looking for, which is specifically a space life sim akin to Star Wars Galaxies. The closest thing would probably be Star Citizen, and that game isn't even real. So I guess I'm stuck with No Man's Skyrim instead. But despite the fact that I am enjoying this game, the internet isn't interested in positivity. It's needless negativity that sells. And you may say I'm just pandering to the crowd to get clicks and make money. And yeah, obviously, this is literally my job. What you think, you were some kind of genius for figuring that out? Not that it really matters, because complaining about things is like my forte. I am the Jedi Master of unnecessary negativity. So anyway, here are the 5 petty things I hate about Starfield. I really hate Vasco, man. I'm sure some of you out there are bamboozled at me saying this, but that robot is awful.
To see you.
He's the most sanitized, corporatized, unlovingly designed android that has ever been put to sci-fi history.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results. I do not experience enjoyment.
Stupid bucket of bolts.
Everything he says is the most trying so hard to be funny, but not funny in any way possible, and I wish I could replace him so goddamn bad. But for some insane reason, he is the only robot you get. Excuse me? Doesn't Bethesda know the rule that there must always be 2 robots? At least. Clearly they didn't get the memo. But Bethesda has also made a decision that's so dumbfoundingly stupid that my brain has melted out of my eye sockets. Robots in the Starfield universe are not allowed to be sentient, which apparently means not a single one is. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. There is a 5-minute quest, but it might as well not exist. It doesn't really matter at all. How about instead of that lame quest, we get a robot that is sentient, and then there's a whole quest line around it where you have to decide to be a little cop bitch and erase your friend's mind to uphold the dumb law, or protect him from the law because he's human and deserves to live. Ultimately, we are left with what could have been the best companion in the game being the most annoying and least interesting companion ever designed. As a matter of fact, all the companions in this game are pretty lame, but that's like a problem for another day, I guess. The planets in Starfield are massive, and the stuff on those planets, microscopic. Nothing kills my joy more than landing on a new planet and seeing the closest thing is a tree 1,000 meters away. Yeah, nah, I'm a head out. At best, the coolest undiscovered thing you can find is a base that might have a 2-minute quest. A quest where all you do is give a guy a singular coffee bean, and then he never talks to you ever again for the rest of your life. What I'm saying is the game desperately needs ground vehicles. This game was built for ground vehicles. And you know what this game lacks? Fucking ground vehicles! Now, I get it. I know why they don't have it. They probably even tried to make ground vehicles, and then they immediately stopped because their physics system is not designed for objects that heavy, because then this happens. But like, I'm fine with that. I played Halo 1. I remember the days of the bouncy hog. That was awesome. It's time, Bethesda, to admit that your games are kind of dumb. And that's okay. It's okay to make something dumb and bad. Oblivion's a great game. It's so stupid. Put in a car that can't go 2 feet without blasting into outer space because it hit a pebble. At least it'll be more fun than this. The shipbuilding part of this game is pretty cool, and really well developed. Nah, I'm just kidding. The shipbuilding is lacking so many necessary features, like being able to turn a ship piece. Rotation just seems like an obvious necessity that I never even imagined it would be impossible. It would have also been nice to choose where the doors will be in my interior instead of just having to pray I don't walk into Pan's Labyrinth just to get to the cockpit. Oh God, where am I? As a matter of fact, any sort of interior decorating would be great. With the Outpost, I can control literally everything from the furniture to the walls themselves. But the spaceships will only let me decide whether I want an extra coffee cup for like 5 minutes before it's teleported to the cargo hold. Which reminds me, I need to empty it of dumbbells again. Man, I feel like I'm the dumbbell here. And yes, Bethesda, it's awesome that you finally figured out how to animate ladders. Congratulations. But where are the stairs? Or the elevators? Every goddamn NPC has them. This guy's cargo hold has 2 floors. What am I supposed to do, huh? How am I gonna possibly get my cargo up a goddamn ladder with a 2x2 porthole? If you told me this whole thing was a last-minute addition because they just forgot to make spaceships, I would honestly believe you. Every time I use this, I just think to myself, man, this is gonna be so good when we get to Starfield 2. I'm sitting here already wishing for Starfield 2 because maybe then it will have the features this game should have had from the beginning. You see what you've done to me? You see what you've done, Todd? I mean, obviously mods will fix all these problems, but they shouldn't have to. This one you probably saw coming from me, and it's a bit old hat, I'll admit. Basically, every Bethesda tuber has ranted about this at this point already, but no aliens? No fucking aliens? Are you kidding me? Why even set a game in space if there are no aliens? It's the only thing I hated about Outer Worlds, and it's one of the many things I hate here. Now, I know some of you lunatics are actually happy about this. You'll say, oh, well, the aliens are always too human. When we find aliens, they're gonna be so alien. Will they, huh? Because maybe they won't. Cue the Vsauce music. Thank you. Humans have so many things going for them, with so many incredibly specific and necessary features, you have to wonder if another civilization reaches our point, how different will they really be? Bipedal skeletons, flexible vocal cords, opposable thumbs, carbon-based life forms. So many of our traits are shared by other animals, but it was only when all of these factors came together that we ascended to the world-destroying monsters that we are today. And in such a massive universe, what are the odds that there is another independently developed alien identical to us? Now, I do kind of understand why Bethesda decided to avoid this, outside of the fact that they're going for a quasi-realistic world. If you want aliens that are actually weird and different from us, it's gonna mean that all of the armor has to be massively different as well. And that means either doubling the amount of work you have to do, or having the amount of armor for each race. But you know what? I don't even care if humanoid aliens make sense or not, because quite frankly, half the real science in this game is implausible anyway. Oh yeah, good luck with your warp drive, loser. You still need infinite energy to power it, idiot. Besides, you really gonna tell me aliens is too far, but magic space powers is totally fine. Where do you draw the line, Todd? I'm gonna be honest with you, this one's a bit less petty. With Starfield releasing in the shadow of Baldur's Gate 3, the lack of role-playing options in a game that sells itself on roleplay is disgraceful. Now, before all the dingo brains out there start saying that an RPG is a game where you have any role, just any singular role, regardless of context, or like a game where you level up is an RPG. Call of Duty is technically an RPG. No, it's not. Stop embarrassing yourself in front of everybody in the comment section. What I mean specifically here, though, is you cannot act like the character you envisioned should during quests. They even introduced character backgrounds, and it might not even matter. When it comes to participating in a villainous quest like Ryujin, your options are be evil or just don't do the quest. You can't bring down the strikers and the religious fanatics together. You can't make Ryujin's crimes public and tank their market value. And any dialogue options for anything are Animal Crossing-esque, in the sense that you're either into what's happening or really into what's happening.
Ooh, yeah, you got me that sweet, sweet sauce.
Like this guy, Tuala, was that his name? He's like, hey, you want to join the military? And me, playing my anti-authority bounty hunter, has no option to be like, fuck you, and then just end the quest there. The closest you can get is rejecting Sistef and joining the Crimson Fleet, which is less of a choice than you really think it is. Because as a matter of fact, you can be a Vanguard captain, a Freestar Ranger, and a notorious Crimson Fleet pirate all at the same time. What? Morrowind may be a nightmare of a game, but one thing I respect is when you join one of the three houses, you're locked out of the other two. If I'm a known pirate that's on the UC's hit list, I should not allow to be a space cop also. God, this game. And to make matters worse, if you do want to be a villainous character, aside from the fact that the most villainous you get is, I like money, you're just role-playing Mr. Krabs, I guess.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original? Money!
All of your companions will hate you for the rest of your life. Now, this last one is definitely the pettiest of them all, and that's bounty hunting is dumb. Despite what this guy tells you,
It is up to us to find them and bring them in, alive or dead.
the only option you actually have is to kill your target. There's no subduing, nothing. I even have this brig in my ship, and it's literally useless. It just makes me cry. Sometimes Barrett will sleep there, and like, all right, I guess that's something. Yeah, God. Actually, now that I think about it, the game I really just want to be playing right now is Star Wars Galaxies, so I'm gonna go play that now. Oh yeah, now this is gameplay. If you're a big fan of the Cantina and haven't been getting enough lately, you should check out my second channel, Cantina Bonus Features, which will be the new home of the Let's Plays, as well as some other fun things I do every now and again. I'll see you over there or on another video in this channel. Goodbye.